Good morning, everyone. Once again, welcome to today's episode of welcome to this class of front-end development. So we've done a lot. We've tried to cover a lot. Even if we've not done much, but then we've done a lot. We've not gotten to the try to cover this thing with the HTML, CSS, CSS, cover the kids and people. Then, yeah, it's got all of those things. I think very different to access practice between HTML and CSS, not the elements of HTML. I can go, I can select the flag, I can select the elements, CSS, I'll use down, I can use layout, I can use position, display, and all of those things. So, yeah, I have to do all of those things. Then also, it's don't need to be last week. Yeah, last week. So we're able to cover the explanation of it's what people about explanation. Yes,
We can't hear you.
can't hear me.
Check the comments. Check charts. We see. Hear you.
Okay. Um, I don't know. Let me see what I can do about that. I don't know. Hello, can you guys hear me clearly now? Try and actually have my phone in the mouth. So please, if you can hear me, kindly indicate, raise your hand.
It's
Trying as much
better
as
now.
possible to. It's better, right? Oh my god. So all of those things I've been saying. Okay, okay, fine. We'll just have to jump into what we have today. Thank you, Abia. Thank you. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about the external resources, which include icons, using our icons in our web, then using our font. Right. So external resources are basically the resources that you get from an external website, from external sources like one also have like Google Forms, like libraries. So those and today we're going to be talking on the icons, how to import icons in our code, how to use icons in our HTML, and as well how to use the fonts. All right, so let me just get so external resources in front-end development refer to assets and contents that are hosted on external servers or sources and are utilized to enhance the functionality, aesthetics, or performance of the website or web application. External resources are not just about icons and fonts, like I said. We have more to external resources. So, but then, yeah, basically we use these external resources to enhance the functionality, the aesthetics, to beautify our website. So it helps developers. Some of these resources help developers to achieve something they're supposed to achieve, writing thousands of code, just writing 5 lines of code. Some of these libraries, some of these resources, it's actually making things easy. And okay, I'm supposed to. I need an icon for a contact, right? There's a way you can use SVG to write this code so that you achieve the icon, the contact icon. But then with the help of this external resources, you can just import something and then use the icon without writing any code. You just have to call the icon and then it's something. You can use home icon, you can use profile icon or all of these icons, however you want to use it. So that's what external resources is all about. And then we have CSS library and frameworks as an example of external resources. CSS library, we have framework, we have Bootstrap, we have Tailwind, we have plenty like that. This libraries enables, it allows developers to achieve what they want to achieve very easily. For example, if you are writing an app bar, if you need a navigation bar, right, and then we need it to be responsive, meaning that okay, when this website is built on mobile, I want this thing to be very easy. I want it to have a drop down so that user can click on this particular button and they will see all of the application instead of it being listed out on the screen. You know, when you list something out on the screen like the flow, desktop, if it is being displayed, same thing is being displayed on the mobile, there won't be space for all of these things. It's going to be like squeezed together. So we don't want to achieve that kind of a design. right? Instead, we want those applications to hide inside the palette, right? So, and then when you click on an icon, those things will actually drop down. So you can write the code out yourself. You can decide to, okay, let me code out this thing out and achieve these things, but then it's going to take a longer time. Instead of that, you can easily just use a CSS library or framework to achieve that result just by copying code and then paste it. So that's just some of the help of CSS libraries. It makes your work very faster. And then we have JavaScript library like React, Angular, we have Vue.js, we have Vite, and all of those things. So all of those things also, it's just it enhances your code performance, right? It enhances the code performance and the functionality. It helps you to achieve what you're supposed to achieve in 2 days in 30 minutes. So that's how all of these things are done. Then we have fonts, we have icon. Fonts is just maybe different kind of fonts, right? So we have millions, we have thousands of fonts. We have logo fonts, font your own font, and all of those things. So this external resource also, I think, allows us to use. We have few fonts on in HTML, in CSS, like English, just about 7 or 8, I can't remember. So, but then we have thousands of fonts that we use. So with the help of these external resources, we can get all of this from our web. Same as icon, same as images and media. We have some images tools, media tools like Vimeo and all of those things. The YouTube where you can integrate into your app, and then you start having media like video, right? So we have APIs also which are pushing for that interface. This one basically used when you're working with data. When you're working with data, like for example, you're building an e-commerce website, right? And then you have a backend developer who is handling the data, like all of all I say, all of the stocks, right? Like maybe the clothes. Let's say, for example, it's for fashion, right? And then all of the different type of clothes, different type of just the backend resources, that's just data resources. It could not be only resources, only it could be authentication. Authentication, when the user wants to log in, all of those things you have to get API for the backend in order to be able to sign in a user or authenticate a user. So we are going to understand what API is all about when we talk about API. And then third-party widgets. Third-party widgets could be UIs, like material UI, like React component UI, all of those things. UI where okay, I need a dashboard. You don't have to write a dashboard code yourself. You just when you just install this UI, for example, you install material UI, then you call dashboard, you just copy dashboard for that application your own code. That's all. So that's why external resources are actually very helpful and very important to learn front end development. All right. So we are going to jump into coding right now. We're going to talk much on these things. Let's just see how we can use the fonts. We can get fonts and icons from an external resource. Our fonts, we're going to be getting our font from Google Fonts. And we're also going to be getting our icons from font for some icons. So we have 2 ways to do that. We can use the CDN to achieve all of this. So this class.
Boss, you can have me here inside.
Still.
You can't hear that. You can't go.
You don't know what to do. Is it the network? Is it like my is it the sound is breaking or is it just coming in at all?
I think now you're talking, we can actually hear you. I think you just have to be a little bit louder or put more force to your voice.
Okay, so I should come back to Africa. Is that what you're saying?
Probably, yes.
Okay, all right. All right, so we are going to jump into writing the code. So this is what we had initially. This is our FinSuite project. So let me just run this. Let me run this in a live server. So we can see what we are currently. Well, while this one is loading, I really enjoy what most of us did. I don't know why, funny as it is, right? This particular this particular project, this particular task seemed to be easier for us than the previous one we've been doing, because most of us actually did it nicely. Even the person that actually just came in, some of us just got promoted, and then I noticed that wow, they did a very nice job, right? So I think we're getting better. So I'm really proud of every one of us, and I want the kind of vibe. I like that kind of vibe, right? I want it to continue. And I noticed that our first task was I had about 101 submissions from the first task. Then the second one was just 77, if I remember, or yeah, 77 or thereabout. Then this last one, currently we have something. So I don't know so I don't know what's going on. Some persons are just dropping out also. But please, if you're on this call,
You speak up.
yeah.
Your voice is so low. Good morning.
Good morning.
We can't hear you at all.
Okay, let me see if I can get a different earphone. How about that? Hello.
Yes.
Okay. So I just a minute, please. Hello. So please let me confirm if you guys can hear me now. I just switched earphone. I don't know if it was my earphone.
It's clearer.
Very, very loud. Better.
Oh my gosh, I need to change my iPhone. Okay, I'm sorry for that. I'm really sorry for that. Yeah, this is what we had. This is what we had initially. Like I said, you guys did a very good job. Even the fact that I did not even complete this part first, but then we were still able to like get it all done. So that's really interesting. All right. So from the design, we had. Let me open the design. I think the font they used from the design is. Let me check. Let me just click on this one to check type of font. Manro. Okay, I think that's the same thing they use for everything, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so Manro. And then how do we get a font? Okay, I need a font. I need a Manro font, but then I can't find it in CSS. Like I can't find it in the inbuilt font from Font Family in CSS. So I can actually get a font from Font Awesome. I think Font Awesome also provides fonts, but then I'm more actually convenient and more comfortable with using Google font. Yeah, because it is Google. You know, anything Google is always very easy. So now how do I do that? Just you can search for it. Just search for Google font. Google font on your browser, and then wait for it to open. So go font. Yeah, let's just click on the browse font. Yeah, browse font is fine. Then it's going to open the fonts.google.com. If you can cram the web, the address is fine. You can always go to font.google.com instead of going to Google to search for Google font before you're able to get there. So now, yeah, at font, we have a lot of fonts right here. We have thousands of fonts, but then I can't start searching for Manrope just by scrolling down. It's going to take a while before I can get to Manrope. So what can I do instead? Just from this UI, I don't know how it is looking like from the mobile, but then it's going to be the same thing. Just from this UI, You can just search for font here. Just search for man rope. Okay, now this is it. Now you have your man rope font right here. You can see from the type, from the name, man rope. Forget about this is the person that actually I don't know, maybe provided a font for them or something. So but this is man rope, this is what we need. So now click on it, select it. And then in the font, you always have options. The type of font, if the type of font can actually be bold and be light. So you're going to have a couple of options for you to select from. So now we have font extra light. We have font light. We have font regular. All of these things works when you are giving font weight. You know, in CSS, there's how you provide font weight to your text just to make it thicker. All right. So if, for example, you this particular text, you give it font weight of 400, right? And then the font, you're using this font. So it's going to look for, if you have the 800, sorry, the 400, I say you give font weight of 400. So if, for example, you added this regular 400 to your selection when you are selecting your font, okay? So then it's going to give this same thing to that particular text that you gave font weight of 400. It's just basically going to look for the one, okay, I think this is 400 font weight. Then I will look for this regular 400 and then pass it to that particular text. So that's how this works. But then for me, I don't really select everything. If I'm selecting my font, I basically select light, regular, medium, semi-bold, and bold. So that's just the 5 that I mostly like to select. So select light. So now you can see man rope light has been selected here from the options from the list of selected fonts that you have here. So man rope light has been selected. Then you look for the other one, the regular, select regular 400. So just add it also. Then we have regular 400. Then from the medium, select semi-bold, and then select bold. So that's just now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 styles. You can also choose to remove a style. If you don't want that 700 anymore, you can choose to remove it, and then you can choose to add it back. So you can also choose to remove everything at once if you want to remove all. So, but then since we are not using any JavaScript framework, we're not using an import style right in our code. We are using a link because when you are linking to style, you use link. So for now, HTML and CSS, we are using a link, right? So that's why they provided options for link here for us in order to be able to link this particular Google and the font to our code. But one thing I would like you guys to know is that initially, when you are writing your code, you don't have to be online. For example, okay, well, you open your Figma with your internet, and then, okay, it is opened already. You decided to just switch off your internet or switch off your Wi-Fi, right? So you can start working offline with your VS Code, and then you see your display offline. You don't have to be online. But then if you want to keep using the fonts and then the icon, you have to be online. I would like to be honest with us. As a developer, as soon as you want to start writing your code, the best thing you could do is to connect your internet first. Like you have to like connect your internet. There's no two ways about it. You can't be stingy with data and be a developer. You can't, because I'll tell you, it's not a lie that I subscribe 150 gig every month. Although I perhaps use just 90 gig out of it because I was doing it with someone. I did it with someone just to share 90 and 60 with someone. All right. So, but then that's what I do every month. Like 90 gig every month. I use it. Fine. I mean, I have to like watch some YouTube video. All of those things are still part of learning. And I have to watch maybe a few things also, just my leisure time. But then still, that's just basically me trying to tell you that you have to be connected every time as a front-end developer, as a developer in general. You can't be stingy with data. So just try as much as possible to have that at the back of your mind that, okay, anytime I want to write my code, I have to be connected so that I can have access to everything. The external resources, the web font, web link, and everything can actually work fine on my code. So now, now we are integrating Google Font. So for you to be able to have access to this Google Font every time, you have to be connected. You have to be online. Now we are going to copy the link here. I can choose import, but then we are not using the import type. What I'm using is link. Okay. Yeah, let's just use link. Well, we can use anyone, but let's just go with link, and then let me copy this link. Now I've copied the link here. I can copy it here, and at the same time I can do that here. So let me just use this one. So yeah, I said header. Try as much as possible to embed a font, copy the code into the head of your HTML, So now we have under link. Let me just try something. Let me do something. So, I told you guys that commenting out your code makes your code look really nice and self-explanatory. So I can just say style CSS link here. Then under it, I'll just write another comment, Google font link, just like this. Then I will now paste it under the Google Fonts link. Okay. So let me save. Then after doing that, there's one other thing you need to do. This is the one you copy and then you paste inside your HTML head. Then, okay, now I need to apply the CSS family to my CSS, right? So that's when this one comes in. Everything is provided for you. You don't have to like think of, oh, will I do this? Will I do that? No, just copy what you have here first, drop it here in your header, right? And then copy the second one you have here, CSS rules to specify family, right? Copy it and then go to your style. Which style are we using? I think we are using the style of CSS. And then come to your asterisk. Yes, we said this one is universal selector. It actually applies to everything. All right, it applies to everything. So let's just use that one and then say, just drop what you copied here. So now we have font family manrope and then font family Molish. Why we have these two is, okay, if should in case you cannot access manrope, sometimes maybe the network could not access manrope, right? Then it's going to go to Molish. Then if it cannot access any of these two, then it's going to come to sans serif. So that's just basically what this is all about. So now we have font family manrope and font family Molish, and then let's just save it. Let me be sure that. Okay, George, what do you have? I'm coming. Okay, no. I think hello, yeah, I can hear you, George.
Okay, can you go back to your HTML? How did you link it? I think I didn't see how you linked it to your HTML.
Okay. No problem. I'll do that. Let me just drag us back a little bit because I was worried while we were having two font family initially. I was kind of worried. So now I realized that, okay, I think initially I was working on a Google font store and then I used Molish, right? So now I'm not supposed to have it together with manrope. So now I'm having two fonts, Molish and manrope, and I don't want, I only need manrope. So let's just remove this one, remove all, so that we can have only manrope. So I was worried while we were having these two. So now this is the link, right? So initially I have Molish inside the link, but right now I removed Molish. Now it's left with manrope. So I'll just recopy the link again, copy it like this, go back to your HTML. All right. Now, let me remove this one that I copied earlier. Let me just remove everything like this. Okay, so inside that place, I'll just Control V, then save it. So now I have the 3 links. Don't worry about how many links you have. Just copy everything you have from Google and paste it, right? So let me comment this out. Let me say title so that we're going to see what we are doing properly. Okay. All right, so yeah, we have the Google Fonts link. Then the link that I copied from my Google Font, I pasted it here. All right, so Olani, just ask your question.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yeah, morning.
Yeah, I don't want to stop the class. I just have to raise my hand. Possibly on this time, I will ask so that I won't go back.
I didn't get that though. Please.
No, I said I don't want to draw the class back. It's just a very simple question. I don't know if I can ask now.
Why not? Definitely just ask.
Okay, I want to ask because I also noticed this, that whenever I work on code and I use this Google Font, it doesn't apply. But I did not know that anytime I connect, it now applies. But I just discovered that anytime I reload, possibly when the internet comes up, it comes back to the font. So I want to ask if the font awesome does not need internet also.
Anything that is external, anything that is external that you did not download, right? The only thing that you can use or have access to those resources offline is when you download the font. There's a way you can download the font to your own local environment, and then with that, you don't really need to like be connected anymore. But the fact that you are using a link, this link is an absolute link, as you can see. So it is getting the information from a particular place online. So there's no way you can have access to that place if it is Google Font Awesome, Bootstrap, or anything you are fetching from online that you are using a link to have access to. There's no way you can have access to that thing if you're not connected. So there's a way when we get to Bootstrap, you download the Bootstrap, everything, download it to your local repository, to your local environment, and then you can start using it locally without connected, right? But then, as far as you're using a CDN or a link, then you have to be connected. So that's the thing. The font awesome, you have to be connected also to have access to. You have to be connected, bro. Just try as much as, even if you're trying to avoid connection. Okay, you're trying to avoid connection because maybe you don't have enough data. Yeah, I understand. But you have to like start learning how to stay connected every time you're writing your code, because you won't be writing HTML and CSS every time. You won't, definitely. Very soon now you get to where you start using frameworks like Bootstrap, and then you start using JavaScript frameworks like React. And those ones, you cannot even do it if you're not online, because you have a lot of libraries you need to like integrate to your app and all. So just try as much as possible to have it at the back of your mind, or try to develop yourself to start connecting your system anytime you want to write your code. So that's the thing. Okay, so yes, boss. All right, so now I've copied the link, and at the same time I'll recopy them. I think I've done that before. I'll just remove what do you call it, motion or what? Okay, Moolish. Just remove it from here, and then let's save it. So let's see what we have now from our display. Where's our display? Let's see if the font is working. All right, so now the font is working. As you can see, there was a little change. Let me remove it. So we see that there was a little change. Save it. You see, now this is the normal font that we were using initially, which is more like the Times New Roman. This is like the Times New Roman. So now, and when I activate or apply this font, save it, and then now let's see, you can see now the font has been applied successfully. So that's it's very easy to apply font. Just, I think the steps, right? First thing, try to be connected. That's the first thing. Be connected, connect your internet, your system to the network, to the internet. Then come in, let me save this dude. Then after that, just go to the website fonts.google.com. Yeah, and then you can search for whichever font you want to search for. Let's just go to font. So search for whichever font you want to search for, since we are using Manrope. And how do you get to know that, okay, it is Manrope, the design I use? It's just to go to your style, go to your Figma design. And then sometimes you can see it here from the style guide. Yeah, as you can see, this is just a provided style guide by the developer to tell you that, okay, the font they are using is Manrope font awesome, font family, sorry. So, and then these are the sizes of the heading of the H1, H2 you are supposed to use. But one thing about Figma design is when you follow this design, these sizes, as it is, this pixel, it tends to be bigger for us when we are developing. It tends to be bigger for us. I don't know how this is what it was able to be like that. So, but then me, I mostly just reduce 2 pixels from everything they provided. If it is 64, I make it 62. If it is 16, I make it 14. So as to have what I'm expecting, because I don't know, it's always bigger when I use their own styling. All right, so then you can just check, okay, Manrope font family, and then you go to your Google font, and then you search for Manrope, and then when you click on it, you now decide, you can even select everything at once. It doesn't stop you at all. There's nothing wrong about it. you can select everything at once. Just a minute. And then after selecting everything, then remember to always remove the previous one you've been using. So for now, if I should go back and select Playfair, let me see, I want to select Playfair display, right? And then I now select like 2 more from Playfair. Then you're going to see that this Playfair and the man rope is going to be together. And I don't want these two together, okay? I need just man rope. So try as much as possible to check here and then remove whichever fonts you don't want. Okay, so now I have man rope only, and then I can use my link to link it. I can use import also. This import will work just by copying this one inside your style. Just copy it like this, import, and then paste it inside your style.css instead of having it as a link, right? Let me just remove this one so we can see it, comment it out. Then inside our style, just above, try as much as possible to put it above, and comment it, write a comment about it. Google font. Okay, and then under it, paste what you have, save. So that's just, now let me save this one also. And then let's see if we have the same thing. All right, so it still works the same way. So you can either use the first one, that's the link that will be inside your header, right? Your HTML header, or use the @import command, @import link, which is going to be inside your style, your CSS, your style. So that's just, and fine, the rules still apply the same way. The same way you're applying the font family to the universal selector is the same way you apply it when you're using link and when you're using @import. Okay, so that's that about that. And in the cases where you want to apply, maybe you have different fonts, maybe, okay, my header is man rope, my title is Playfair or something like that. So you can just import both Playfair and man rope. Let me try that. So is this Playfair? Yeah, this is Playfair. So let me say regular and then medium, for example. Now I'm importing the two. I'll import this one like this. Since I need 2 fonts, right? So copy everything like this. Now go to your styles. Just replace this one that you had initially. Paste this one there. Okay. And then we won't be applying this one like this to everything. Since it is applied, okay, this thing is being applied to specific, right? Sorry, Playfair is being applied to specific. Now, after we've already copied the Manrope font also, now we can just copy the Playfair also, right? And then, okay, I think my place, they used Playfair in my list items, right? They use Playfair in my list items. So I'll just come here and place and paste Playfair here. And then if I should save it, and then look what we have now. As you can see now, this is the font for Playfair. And this font is different from this one, this fin suite. This one is just targeted at only the list item, while this font Manrope is targeted as everything. But like you all know, that when you target a particular item, a particular element, the font, the styling for a particular element will always override the general one. This Manrope is a general font family, while this one is specific. So this one will definitely be overriding the general since it is specific to the list item. So now this is the font, is a Playfair font, while this is a Manrope font. So that's just how you can use to do 3, 4, or 5 or multiple fonts in one particular web page. So okay, yeah, that's all about fonting. So I'll take questions now. GZ, I don't understand what is going on. Jovita, okay, GZ, yeah, morning.
Yeah, good morning. I actually wanted you to zoom in because your code are kind of tiny.
Still till now, is this still tiny? I'm actually zoom. Yeah. Should I still, okay? Let me zoom it again. All right. Okay.
That's better now.
Is it okay now? Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. I saw something just now. Yeah. What exactly are you not getting? You're free to raise your hand so you can ask a question. You just don't complain there. Raise your hand and ask your question. Ask what you're not what you don't understand about the whole process. Anya Ujovita, are you there?
Yes.
So please, good morning. Please tell us what you don't understand so we can brush up on it again. Just kindly mute yourself. Jovita. Or is it that you don't get anything at all? Like you don't understand it at all. You can, okay, I think your network is kind of bad. You can drop it on the chat what you don't understand, and then I'll brush it back again. Or you can even ask Babalola if it's a question you can attend to you on chat, it will do that. Jovita.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, you don't want to talk, you don't want to ask a question.
Yes. I'll
Are
do
you
that.
shy? Okay, don't worry. No, okay, George, your question.
Okay, good morning, sir. I just wanted to know if we import, do we still put the link for the HTML? Do we still use the HTML link, or we just need to use only the import in styling? That's all.
Okay, yeah, I'm using the import and I have the link commented out. Anything that you have commented out is not working. You get, so I can either uncomment this one and comment this one, or uncomment this one and just any one of the two will work. But it's good to have one, so there's no override, there's no conflict.
Okay, makes sense.
All right, Abia, please drop your hand, George, if you are cool. Okay, Abia.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I just want to know if what's the need of using font face on your CSS, because I didn't use it on my body. I use it on the universal. I just placed it outside, and I still have the same result. I hope it's not wrong coding. That's what I want to ask.
How do you mean font face on my body?
At font face, that's the
okay, a library.
Yes, after importing it from the web, I now put it. I didn't put it using my universal. I didn't put it on my body. So I wanted to know whether it does the good attribute. I watch it on YouTube, so I'm just trying to apply it.
The thing is, there are thousands of ways you can achieve a result. There are hundreds of ways you can achieve a result. So some persons will just use body, yeah. Some persons will say body. I don't know if that's what you did. Body is also more like a universal selector because body will select everything. As you see here, inside our index, we have body. Everything is wrapped inside the body. So if I should select a body element and I pass this inside, that means everything I have inside the body, everything as body children will be affected. Everything we have this styling. So, but then, well, I don't really like calling body. I like body to just be on its own. Since universal selector can do the same thing as what body will do, so I mostly choose. Although, like I said, there are thousands of ways. However, you're comfortable with. I'm very sure maybe Family Blaze also have another way. Some persons will copy this thing and apply it to every of the element they want. So why some will use this inverse selector, why some will use the body. So however you want to achieve it is really fine. Some person will even use HTML. You know, you can actually call your selector HTML and pass it inside. It's the same thing because it's going to, HTML covers everything plus your body. HTML has everything. As you can see, HTML, everything is children to HTML. So some persons can do it that way. It's just however you want to do it. As far as you're able to achieve the same result, then you are good to go. So I don't know if that answers your question at
yeah.
Abia.
Thank you.
You're welcome, boss. Okay, Oba Gospel.
Morning, sir.
Morning to you.
My question is, does it really work with data?
Masa?
Does it really work with internet connection?
Does it really work with internet connection?
And does it only work with it, like without internet connection? It won't
Yeah.
work.
it works with internet connection only if you are using an import or a link, because you're getting an HTTP URL. So an HTTP URL will not work locally. It is only when you're connected. Only. Oh, I didn't get your question clearly. Is that your question or is it a different
That's
question?
my question. That's my question.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. No, just the eraser and the eraser. Obioma, I think there was someone before you. Okay, thank God. Your question.
All right, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Need more than maybe 2 fonts. Do we need to link all of them in HTML, or is one link okay for the font?
Okay, you're saying that if you want to use multiple fonts, like you have multiple fonts in your page, right?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Thank God, can you hear me? Your network is really, really backward.
I can hear you, sir.
Okay, I said if you are to use multiple fonts, you are definitely required to import everything. Like as you can see here now from this link here, this is just a single link, actually, just a single link, and then everything will be imported together with it. Just this single at import link, we have both the family, we have the man rope, and then we have all of the sizes, the style that we selected, all of the weights that we selected, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, yeah. And then we now have and family, another family again, which is the Playfair, right? Then we have the 400 and the 500 that we selected. So if you have another one, it's just going to keep adding it to your link. It's not your own to do. It is not your concern. Just after selecting like 500 or 400 font family that you want, Google is going to provide the link that you need, and it's going to be a single link. If it is,
I mean, do we need to link it also in HTML?
No. If you've done this one covers for everything. This at import covers for everything. If you are not using at import, if you are using link, then you're going to copy everything, every link that you have. And trust me, it's still going to be the story link, this pre-connect, and then this one here, because this one is going to have both, just the way you have it from the import. This is the main font link, right? Which is going to have both the man rope and then the Playfair and every other link that you have. So when you already use that import, you don't have to use this one anymore. And then if you're using this one, you don't have to use that import anymore. So that's just thing. And then if you have 3, 4, 5, see, let me show you. Now I have play display, Playfair and man rope, right? And I want to use a link, not an import. So I'll just copy this thing. I don't know what it's all about. I don't know how they come about it, and I don't want to know. Although you can still read it yourself, you see that, okay, this is what the link is all about. You can read it, but then don't worry about that. Just copy it and paste it in your HTML header. That's all. Then you can start working. But don't forget to always link it, like add your font family, the font family from here. Don't forget to always have this font family. So just copy the two and then paste it wherever you want, either the universal selector or the body, or whichever one you want to use. So I don't know if that's clear, sir. Is that clear? Okay, I believe that's clear. All right, so that's that. Now let's see how we can achieve the font. There's no and anymore. All right. So after doing the fonts, let's see how we can achieve the icons. We've been able to like get the fonts into our web page. Now we want to get icons. For example, I don't want to use this contact. I don't want to use an image for this contact. Why? Why do we? Oh, excuse me. Why do we even need icons for most of these things? So that they can be interactive. That's just the basic idea. For example, you're using an image for this star. Okay, you're using an image for this star. But then if you want to say, okay, when I hover on this star, I need it to change color, or I need to like look brighter or something like that. You cannot do all of these things with an image. because it's an image. You're not supposed to, you cannot even, but I don't know. Me, I never know. So I don't know if there is a way or somehow. I don't know if Fembliss, because Fembliss is my boss. So it's possible you might have come across something like that. But for me, at my level, I don't know how to make an image interactive. The only thing you can do with an image is you can increase the size when you over on it, increase the size. Some interactions actually works on that too. But to change the color, I'm not sure you can do that yet. All right. So, well, that's why we have you guys on board. Maybe in the nearest future, someone can just come up with a library that we can use to enhance or change the color of an image. Well, I don't really know about that. So, now I want to change the color of my icon from green to yellow. And this is an image. I can't do that with an image, right? So that's where icon comes in. With the help of icon, if I'm using an icon, I can just over on this thing and then the color will change, right? Because I can change color of an icon. So then how do we get an icon? I said already that we're going to be using font awesome icon. Font awesome. Let me just search Google. I like Google so much because Google is sweet. Google is a friend. You understand? So Google is really, really a friend. So this is font awesome. See, that's what good. It's just the solution is just going to be there for you. So now click on the font awesome. Click on the font awesome. Let's wait for it to come up. But let's remember, for us to enjoy Font Awesome properly, you have to have an account. For you to enjoy Font Awesome properly, you should have an account so that you can copy the CDN from Font Awesome and add it to your HTML. Edo, what's the question? Can you hear me now, Godwin? Please, let's wait. I don't know why this thing is taking forever. Okay, so this is the documentation for Font Awesome. These are the icons. Let me just open the icon somewhere else. Okay, so I'm trying to open the icon somewhere else. So this is documentation, getting started on website. You can add icons to your web project with a little bit of code. It's super easy once you have a few of the basic under your belt. That's interesting. All right, so let's see what we can do. If you are new to Font Awesome or just need a refresher, here are some tips to get started. So let's see how we can fix it one by one. Let's click on getting started first. So now we have all of these. Need to get an icons in your web project. Here is the faster, easier, blah, 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 all of these things, plenty talks like that, right? And then we have setting up a Font Awesome in your project. How do you set up Font Awesome in your project? Font Awesome kit are the easiest way to get Font Awesome icons into your project. Just create a new Font Awesome kit and add the kit embedded code to the head of each template of your project. So now they say, okay, set up a kit. That's the first thing that we are supposed to do, right? How do I go to this place? I click on Font Awesome, right? I open Font Awesome, and then I click on Family, right? Or I think I clicked on Get Started or something, and then I get to this place, right? And then here I have setting up a kit. That's the first thing they want us to do here, to set up a kit so that we can use Font Awesome. You don't just call these fonts like this and then automatically you get it. Let's say I want to call menu. So for example, menu icon. Let me search for menu icon. So I have menu icon here. This is pro, so we are not using those ones. So this is the bar, right? So I cannot just call this menu icon directly and then I will get it. Okay, this is the icon. This is the link I need to use. But then I need to link my Font Awesome. I need to link it to my web, my code, so that anytime I use this icon, I'm going to get it on my page. So that's just basically it. So let's see how we can set up a kit. Let's click on set up a kit. All right, like I said, you need to have an account to do all of those things so that, well, Font Awesome will not just want to give you something anyhow for free. Font Awesome is not Google. Google is free. So I can't really remember my password, but let me try something. Let me sign in. No. KD. Let me use Abdurrahim. abdurrahimsharidan@gmail.com. I can't remember the password though. I don't know if that's it. I forgot my password because it's been a while since I used one also. Okay, let me try something else. I think I can achieve it with my Google. Let me use my Chrome. I'm using Brave browser because it actually saves energy and doesn't consume a lot of power. So that's why I'm using the Brave browser. So now I think I have the font awesome link to my, I have it linked here. Let me just check. While I'm trying to do this, let's feel free to do the same thing. Just open Font Awesome and then start working. Start registering, follow the process, try to click on get started and then set up a new kit, and then get started. Just follow the process one after the other. So let me just click on, sign in. Okay, see, I knew it. So my password is here. Well, I don't know. I don't want you guys to do my password. Let me sign in. Yeah. Oh God, I'm dumb. I cannot remember my password. All right. So now, this is just a way. Let's say after having the password, after registering, and then your password is set. Can you guys hear me? Hello, please. If you can hear me, kindly raise your hand, please. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Ha, no one is responding now. Can you guys hear me? I hope I've not been talking to myself. Okay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Good. All right. I'm sorry. Okay, so let me know. Are we going about the registration? Are we trying to register? It's very easy. Just open Font Awesome, click on Start for Free, and then click on Get Started. So, well, I'm just trying to tell us the process in case you want to teach someone also. That's just the process you need to follow in order to get it done. All right. So let me start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning. Never rubbish password. So start for free. That's the first thing you need to do. And then where is this? Okay. Getting started. So let's just use getting started. Or let's see what this is all about still. That's just sometimes when you start using your resources, you need to like make researches on your own, try to understand what this platform is providing. How can I even use it? Because sometimes some resources, nobody will teach you how to use them. You have to open the website and then read documentation on your own. So you can see, okay, I think this is what I'm supposed to do, this is what I'm supposed to do. So, but then it is always good to start from get started. That's why I had to choose the get started. It's always very good to start from get started so that they will tell you the steps in which you can take in order to achieve what you want to do. Well, I click on use Font Awesome on the web. Still, they still take me back to start with a kit. All right. So I still have to create a kit, right? So how do I do that? I will just have to have an account because I cannot use a kit without having an account. So that's just this thing all about. So let's just go. Let's forget about this. So I still have to create a kit. Okay, well, I think I can use CDN also. But then to use the CDN, I still need to have a kit. So now how do I create a kit? That's the question now. Get started to have a kit. After clicking on the getting started, sorry. So then from here, you can see the process. The first thing you need to do is to set up Font Awesome in your project. And for us to have Font Awesome in our project, then we need to set up a kit. So I'm coming, let me see this using package. Let me see what that means. So now click on set up a kit and then register. Register an account, your Google account or Facebook account or whichever account you want to register with. Now, yeah, you can just sign up and get started. If you don't have an account already, click on sign up and get started. That's from there, you can now create your own account. And then, where is it? Why is it taking me here? Come in, sign up. What's wrong? Okay, I think you have to get started by putting in your email here. Just put your email and then set kit embedded code. When you put your email, click on agree and then send a kit embedded code. So this code, you copy it when you are done. You copy that code and then when you come back, you now use the code to register or something. Maybe it could be, maybe you have to like click on the code and then come to their website and start registering. So I'll just wait for like a minute. I don't know if most of us have this thing already or we are just trying to register for it. So let's just wait for like 5 minutes for us to go about the registration, or else maybe we can watch the video later and then do the registration ourselves. And then let's say after the registration, you were able to do all of this, you have to sign in, right? So which is what I've done already here on my Google, my Chrome account. So I've been able to sign in here, right? This is my account as I'm signing. So I can just click on kit or your kit. Yeah, so anyone, let me see what this one will give us. All right, so this is the kit. Okay, so I'll click on my account here. Let me just click on simple so. Then I'm going to see the CD and the script here. All right, so here I can just copy this link and drop it. As you can see here, this is not a link, this is a script. So a script is mostly located at the bottom of our page. Is mostly located at the bottom of our page. But then from what they have here, they said, okay, copy the unique kit embedded code above and paste it into the head. This one, they want us to also paste it into the head. So we have to like follow what they want us to do. So we'll copy it and then paste it into the head of our code. I'll drop that again. Let me start again. Okay, let me go to here. Fine, awesome. Okay, after registration, after the link has been sent to your email and you've been able to click on the link and it takes you to your registration page and you're done with your registration. So let's assume they will take you back to sign in, or maybe it's going to sign you in automatically, whichever way. It's definitely going to bring you to this dashboard, for example, to this, I would say dashboard or homepage or whatever, okay? Then when you are here, you can either click on kit here or click on your kit here. Why do we need this kit? It's just for us to be able to copy that CD in, that HTML, that HTTP link. That's what we need from that kit. So without, after copying that one, we don't need anything with the kit anymore. So that's just here. And I will always advise not to use a download. When we download, we can always have all of this thing locally, but I don't use the download because I want to get the latest update every time. I need to get the latest update every time. If you use a link and it is an update from their end, maybe, okay, they decided to add a little styling to their menu or their bar or their home icon. So you're going to get the update automatically from your end. You don't have to like go back and download it again. So because if you download once, you don't get the update anymore. You have to go back to their website and download again. So, and trust me, there's always updates like every 2 weeks. There's always update to a particular framework every 2 weeks. So you don't want to be downloading and downloading every 2 weeks. Instead of that, you just copy the link, paste it on your page, and then for every time the update is being done, you're going to get the link, the updated link automatically from your web page. So yeah, here we have our page and then we have your kit. Click on your kit, okay? And then, yeah, this is my simple so. Okay, you have add new kit. You can also decide to have your own icon. There's a way you can add your own icon or something like that. But then I'm not sure I've not tried before. I don't know how to do that. So I won't talk about that. I never tried that thing before, so I won't really go there. So, but for now, I just need to get my own kit, my own link. So I'll click on simple so. That's my name. So this is my account kind of, and this is under setup. So quick setup for web. Okay. So you just have to copy this link. Now copy it now. So they said copy it and paste it in the head of your project HTML file or template. So let's go back to our HTML. Okay, so now this is the head. Like I did for Google font, I'll do the same thing for icon. So I'll just say font awesome icon link. Font awesome link. Let me just use font awesome link, but it could be something else. So now I'll paste this. So save it. Now I have the script. I have the link inside my project. Okay, so now I have the link inside my project. So now what do I need to do now? I will now need to go and select what type of icon exactly do I even want? What type of icon am I looking for? So we said we are looking for which icon again? We are looking for the contact icon. Instead of this icon that we are using here, Where is it? Where is it? Where is the icon? Quick service 24. Okay, header. Yeah, sorry. Inside our UL, sorry, okay, this is the icon, assistant icon. So instead of this image right now, I need to like replace it with an icon, which is going to be a contact icon. Let me see. Yeah, a contact icon. This is a contact icon. So let me go back to where I was initially. I think I'm using this one. So I'll go to icon after copying the CDN, after copying the CDN here, right? Now just go to icons and then search for the contact. Let's look for contact. Sometimes what you're searching for may not be available, right? So you just have to look for a closer name that you can use for it. A closer name that you can use so that you can search for that particular icon. So now we're looking for contacts. We don't, oh, no, that thing is not there. So I don't think we are going to have it here, right? So let's just go back and look for call, or let's say call. Okay, I think we have it now, call. So let me check this again. Okay, call, fine. I think we have it now. We can use this call. And trust me, you won't be able to use the pro because you have to like subscribe to be able to use their pro version. Okay, so now this is just what I need. Then I'll copy it. Just click on it like that. After clicking on it, then you get to see the options you have: HTML, React, Vue.js, and SVG. HTML, React, Vue.js, and SVG. But what do I need to use it for? I'm using it for HTML, not React. So just HTML, then I'll copy the link and then go to my HTML and paste it. But then you can do a couple of things, right? You can do a couple of things. The only thing is for now, because we are on a free plan, we can't really do a lot. I wish we are on something like premium or something, then we can really do a lot. We can change the color. You can change the color and then do some other stuffs, right? But then if we try to do some stuff, some funny stuff, it's possible it's going to tell us, bro, you need to subscribe to get that. So that's just the thing. So, but then I'm not sure if this is going to, if we're going to have this for free. I'm not so sure, but let's just see if we are going to have it for free. This is not what I really need though. Let me just go with this one and go with, which color is there? I think this is white. But let's go with black first. This is an example. Let's just go with black. We can always change the color when we want to. So I'll copy this, right? Let me just click on it. I think clicking on it just copy it for me. So just click on it and then you copy it. Now go back to where you want to have it. Let me remove this, comment it out. Now drop this one here, and then let's save it. Okay, go, let this still work. All right, so now fine. See, we have the icon already, as easy as that. So now, how do I style the icon? The way I was styling my HTML, my header, my paragraph, and other things, I can style the icon like that also. You know, image, you can't really style your image. You can only change the weight and, well, you can do some zooming, some transformation on your image, but then the styling, you don't really get to style the core part of the image. So, but with the help of icon, we can do all of those things. So now I need to achieve that my contact, how it is initially. So how do I do that? Let me give the right contact icon a background and then rounded. So I'll just try to target this guy, right contact icon. Let me style it here. All right, so yeah, right contact, right contact. Okay, I'm not sure I did that. So let me just do it here. Okay. So I'll copy this, then paste it here together with them. Dot right contact. And then here, can now say background color should now be, I think it's green or something like this. Let me tell you guys one thing again that is going to help us truly. Well, I think we don't really need to do that. But let's see, in case you cannot get in case you cannot get the image, a particular image from a design, for example, this icon now, sorry, I mean color. This icon now, let's say, for example, we cannot get this color because some images you may not be able to get their color. Okay, so in this we're able to get the color, so we can copy it here. But in case you cannot get the color of this particular image, right, you can just download color picker. There's this extension, is a Google extension, Chrome extension, sorry. So they call it color picker. I have it here. So this is it, a color picker. So when you click on it, you go to Colorzilla. Yeah, that's the name. What's that? So okay, so let's be careful with the way we unmute ourselves. That's not really cool. Okay, so in case you were not able to like get the color specifically for what you need, so I said just search for Colorzilla. Colorzilla is an extension, is a Chrome extension. So when you have it, then apply it or add it to the extension. So this is the icon. Just click on it, click on Colorzilla, and then pick color from a page. Pick color from a page. When you select that one, you can now hover on that place that you need the color. You can see. Now I have the color. Just look here. You see that I have a color here, a color variant here. Now I will go to where I want the color. I can pick this one, right? I can pick this icon. Now this is the color for the icon. So I'll just click on it. As you can see what I have, 61C3A1 is the same thing I have here. That's the same thing I have here. Just look at this place and this place. You see it's the same thing. So I'll just over on the color now. That's the same thing I have. So that's just to tell you that in case Figma did not provide a color for you, you can use that Colorzilla. I didn't do it. I'm not the owner of the extension. I'm not the developer. So I'm just telling you guys to make the whole work easier. So now you can click on it. Now it will tell you the color has been added to the clipboard. That means you've copied the color currently. So you can now go back to where you have your code and then you can now use the color. So let me say I want to use it here, right? Just paste it here. Now this is the color that you copied. All right, so then what else do I need? I need small width. Let me say width. Let me give it 40 pixel. Then height 40 pixel. And then I'll say border radius rounded. That will be 50%. Okay. And then let me save it. So let's make the icon white. Let's just go to this place and style it, give it color white. White is FFF, or if you want to use 6, FFF. So anyone, you guys can just go and learn about this Xcode anytime. So let's save this and then save our CSS. All right, now let's see what we have. Oh, that's too big. Okay, so let me just make it coming. I'm thinking of a better way to fix this thing. I'm thinking of a better way. I need to make this icon to be at the center. That icon is like located somewhere not nice. So I want to make it to be located at the center. So display flex, justify content center, align items center. Now save. Let's see what we have. Okay, I think we're able to achieve our icon just using the font awesome. We were able to get this particular icon first. That's what we're able to get. Sometimes we can even get all of this thing as it is. Sometimes we can get everything as it is like this, but we're going to know all of those ones later. But then for us to be able to achieve this one, the first thing we're able to do is we get the icon itself. And then since the icon is located inside a circle, then we decided to style the body, the parent of this icon, right? We style the parent of this icon by giving it width and height, and then border radius rounded, which is 50% to be completely rounded. And then we now give display so that this icon can be at the center, display flex, justify content center and align item center. And then we gave the icon itself color white. So that's just as it is. Now assuming that I need to hover on it and then I want it to change color. I need to hover on this thing and I want the icon to change color. So what do? I can just do something like this. Let me copy this thing like this. Yeah, paste it here. I will now say this one at over. Okay. Say background color. Let me just assume golden rod. No, I don't know it's golden rod today. This guy wants to.
So why not?
I know it's golden rod. You want to bite me with your golden rod. So now I will save it and then I can now see. Let's see when I over. Well, perhaps you guys may not understand this, what I'm trying to do, but let me just show you guys what it does. So let me say I over on it. So this is it. So, but initially I was having an image. So which if I should over on that image, this thing cannot change. Let's try it for this one. For this, this is an image, right? Let's try that over for this one. Maybe it's going to work. So where is that image? Where is that? That's services or rating. Where is rating? Where is rating? Rating. Okay, I think this is rating. Okay, so now let's try it. Let's say rating over. Let me just copy everything and then paste it here and then put color. If you need something to over, right? You just need to maybe over means take your mouse. When your mouse is above on top of that particular item, that means over. You're overing on this particular item. When you over on it, when your mouse touches it or it actually passes through or stay on the item, then what should happen? That's over. So that's how do you do that? You target the one that you want to over. Now I want rating to over. Why am I adding all of this in? Is because that's the normal route, okay? The normal linking. So, but then the particular one is the rating. That's what I want. Now the rating over, I'll just type over here. There are other things you can do. These are a lot of things you can actually do. But let's not go all of those ones for now. Let's just focus on the over. Rating over. Then I'll now say, okay, what do I want when the image over? I want to change the background color to golden rod. Golden rod. Now let's save it. Let's go it out. Okay, see, as you can see now, you see, the image itself is not changing. What is changing is the background. Like I told you earlier that this image, because we actually exported it, all of it, the image is taking more space by itself. It's taking enough, like additional space. That's why this thing is supposed to like move closer to the down, to the bottom of this actual div. But then because of the space it's actually taking, that's why that thing is happening that way. So the image itself, I think the way the designer made it or something like that, is not taking its own actual size. It's actually taking sizes or space from other external environments. So that's why this thing is happening like this. As you can see, the image itself is not changing the color. So, but then here, as you can see, as sweet as it is, this is just taking its own size and then it's changing the background color of that particular thing that we targeted. All right, so that's just the difference between icon and images. So we can use this star. I won't go into that today. At the same time, we can actually look for this star. If you think you can make your website better, web page better, you can go to Font Awesome and then look for a star. Let's try if we can see it. Let me check my Chrome. So let me close this one. Already you've added your CDN. So you've added the link. You don't need to go and express yourself by adding the link anymore. So let's just do star. We need a star. So let's look for a star. Okay, this is a star. All right, so you can just copy this one and then do the same thing. Just copy this HTML link and then use it wherever you want to use it. Since you have like 4 stars, just copy this one and repeatedly paste it 4 times or 5 times. So that's how Font Awesome icon works, and also Google Fonts also works using, you can use Google Fonts to change the styling, the font family of your code or your web page. While you can use Font Awesome to add icons different icons to your web page. So well, we're going to be stopping there tonight or today. Next week I would like us to like play around the page itself. I'll take questions, don't worry, I'll take questions. But I would like us to play around these pages because as you can see, all of these things should not be an image because everything should be interactive. All of these things should not be an image. This should be an icon, this should be an icon, this should be an icon. So that when you hover on it, then you can have interactions, something should happen. So your page should not just be a static page where, okay, if you just open you don't get to see some changes like some display and all of those things. So that's why we need the icon so that we can hover and then a lot of things will happen while hovering. So that hover also, you can do the same thing for your button. It actually sweet when you're hovering. Let me teach you one scope of hovering also, just to make your page kind of look nice. Well, that one may be too far, but let's see what we can do. Where button. Okay, get your vehicle. Yeah. Let me add a button here. Button was the okay service. Book is service. All right, so let me call the button class. Let me give it btn. Okay, so star. Save this one first. Let's go for button. Where is button? Button should be left. Let me cover this one first. Before write image, before this one. So yeah, button should be here. .btn. Okay. So now let's style it first. Let's say background color should be that color, I'm gonna pick it. Okay. All right. Let's drop it here. Then we need the color itself. The text color should be white. So let's give it white. Then I need padding left and right. Padding. I need top and bottom, let's say 10 pixel. No, 6 pixel. Then left and right, let's say 15 pixel. All right, let's save it. I need margin top. Let me just give margin top. Yeah, margin top. Or margin top. Or I could say, yeah, margin top. Let me give it 12 pixel. Save. Remove this guy. Save again. Now let's see what we have. Okay, so we need it rounded and then we don't need border. Border none. Border radius. Let's give it 10 pixel. Okay, let me increase this to 15 and then I'll save. All right, so this is what we have. Well, it's not actually the design, but then let me forget about the design. So again, when I hover on it, I want to have this and. Let me show you guys. This and, as you can see, this pointer, I need to have this pointer. I need to have it. So I cannot just be hovering on something and then I'll have this same thing. It doesn't make sense. I need to have that and just to show that, okay, this thing is clickable or is selectable. So how do I do that? I'll just add, since I need this button to actually accept a pointer when I hover on it. So I'll target the button itself. I'll say cursor, pointer, save. I believe we have other things to cursor, but I don't really use them. Let me see. Let me see what options they have. Cursor. Okay, we have auto, we have cell, core, all of these things. I don't know what they do. But then, okay, we have progress. I know of this one. I know of pointer. I know of weight. So you can use any one of your choice. So, but then let's use pointer. That is for, you see that when you hover on it now, you get a pointer, as you can see now. You're able to get a pointer. That means, okay, this is telling the user that is on this page that this particular thing you're hovering on You can click on it or you can select it. So then after that, we are done with this one. Now let's go and do the over. When you want to do over, you don't do it on the initial styling. You have to get another one, .btn, then add over to it like this. Over. So now when I over on it, what do I want it to happen? I want it to like increase size. I need it to like get bigger a little bit first. That's the first thing. So for something to get bigger, if you want something to like get bigger when you over on it, use transform. Transform. Let's not get lost. We are done for today. I'm just pushing some of these little things that when you are using your page, when you are building your page, these are the little interaction that you need to have to make your website look really nice and appealing. So transform is actually a CSS property that you can use to make something bigger or rotate, or you can just change the scope or change anything. So let's just say we want it to be bigger. So transform scale. Scaling is okay. Okay, let's start with rotate first. Let's use rotate. Now let's say I want it to rotate 180 degree. Rotate is degree. Rotate when I over on it. So now let's see. Okay, no, it's the text that's rotating. What's this? Why are you rotating like that? .btn, I'm coming, let me check. Let me check.
You need to use the border for the over.
So I'll come again.
I said you need to reduce the border for the over.
Femi please. Is that Femi please?
I can.
Okay, Ayo. Okay. Border for what? Which one is that? Are you saying?
The button over.
I'm not getting you clearly, Ayo. Not getting you.
Like the button for the over. For the main button is padding 6 pixels, 15 pixels.
Yeah.
You need to reduce it to balance it because of the text.
Okay. No, that's not what I want. Okay, let me see something. What I actually want is for the whole thing to over. Let me use 90 degree. So let's see, to transform. This is what I want. Well, okay, perhaps because I used 180 before. 180 was just flipping across automatically. Okay, that was why. So now when I over on it, it's actually flipped. So this is not what we are doing. This is not what I want us to do. I'm just showing us what transform can do. So when you over on it, it's going to like change like this. And then, well, basically what I want is a scale. I want it to like get bigger. Okay. I'm not enjoying the size of this thing. Let me increase. Ayo, I think I need to increase it to the one you say I should go and reduce. No.
Make it 16, sir. Maybe 16 and 40 pixel.
Okay, you've tried it before, have you?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. 16 and 40 pixel. Let's see what,
16,
oh, interesting. That's nice. Okay, so now it's rotating, but then I need it to just zoom out. I don't need the rotate. I need it to zoom out. So zooming is scale. We use scale for zooming. So but then the scaling is from 0 to 1. 0 to 1, that's scaling. When you add, no, is it 0 to 1? Yeah, something like that, yeah. So when you add 0.5, it's going to get smaller. If you add 1.2, it's going to get bigger. So let's start with 0. Let's just use 0.5 for a start. Let's see what we have. Okay, so this is it. It gets smaller with 0.5. So when I want it to get bigger, let me just use 1.2, or let's use 1.5 also. So let's see. So it get bigger just by hovering on it. So it get bigger. But then, as you can see, this thing is not really, it's just like, it's just boosting out anyhow like an idiot. I don't want it that way. I need it to come smooth, very smooth when I over. I need it to be smooth, right? Let me change the color first. When I over on it, I need the background color to change to, say, this, just for example.
Golden rod.
Golden rod will look like this color, I beg. I don't want golden rod. It's going to look like this color, so we need something that will make it like.
Why don't you make the let's use the main color but make it dimmer? I think that's going to be nice.
Okay, all the CSS people. Okay, we want to make it dimmer. Let's make it dimmer. All right, so how do we make it dimmer? Let's come here and make it dimmer. Something dimmer like this. Okay. Now let's save and then see what we have. Okay. All right, that's over dim. But that's just what we have here. Let me reduce the dim. Okay, so I was trying to say, what if I need this thing to come out smoothly? I need it to be very smooth while all of this is happening. I don't want it to just shoot out anyhow like that, like an idiot. So how can I achieve that? So now I will target the parent, the main one, not the over, the main one. Yeah, I think that's it. I'll just give it transition. Transition is used to decide the movement of a particular item, just how you want it to like move, the timing, and then the duration. So I would say all, and then I would say is in out, and then I would say 2 seconds. Yeah, I will explain that. Let's see what we have. Let's see what we have. You see, 2 seconds is too small. It's just too much. Let's give 0.4 seconds. Okay. All right. So zoom in. As you can see, very beautiful. Just when you over, then get beautiful, then okay, you're out. You go in, you're out. You scale in, you're out. So that's just. Now let me explain the transition here. Transition means all is applied to everything. Just apply to everything. Like that's the button itself. So it's mostly like every time you want to use transition, you have to use the all. All right. So I said shorthand property for shorthand property combines 4 of the transition property into a single property. You just allow, okay, apply to everything at once. That's just all about. Why is in out means when you come out with is, now I want to return with is also. Don't just come out with is and then go back in a rush, okay? So is in and then is out. The same 4 seconds that you used to come out, use the same 4 seconds to go back. That's just the meaning of that one. And then the last one is the 4 seconds. There are a lot of things for transition, which you guys can actually look into again later. So now let's just see this. I change it to, okay? So now you can choose however you want this thing to look like. But when you are making your page interactive, please and please and please, don't make it look like you are doing rubbish. Because right now, this is rubbish. Because as you can see, it is now giving me an alignment that I don't want. Now this book is now shooting outside of my initial alignment. Initial alignment is 80%. Now this thing is shooting outside, which I don't want it. So ensure that you maintain the initial scope of your page. But then with little interactions, just little interaction. It doesn't have to like be too much. So this one should have been, let's say, 1.05 or 1.05. And then let's say this could be the color. Let's just change the color. I don't like the color is too somehow. Okay. So just like this, very simple. Just like this, very simple. So, well, you can decide on whatever you want to do. At the same time, you can also make the color change again. Let's say I want to change the color, just pass the color to this thing. So here now is going to be, whenever I over, anything I put here is going to be the next thing for that button. Let's say black for the color here. All right. At the same time, I can say I want to change the border here. That's how sweet this thing can be. I want to change the border to now be 50 pixels. Let's say, for example. So it could be really interesting if you're doing so like this, see, just over on it, and then you get this over out, and then you get this back. So that's just how you can work with transition. And why is this thing very smooth, not just rushing in and out, is because of the transition. Yeah, that you have here, transition all is in out, and then it's 0.4 seconds. That's okay. I want it to happen within this seconds. That's 0.4. You can pass 1 second, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, or whichever seconds you like to pass. And then dot button / over, over. Okay, when you over on it, what do you want it to happen? What do you want to happen to this thing? That's just what that one is all about. So well, yeah. Let's just go and see if you can play around the transform, transition. I won't be able to go deeper into them. They are really, really much. We have keyframe and stuff like that, but we can't go deeper into all of those things today. So thank you very much, guys, for joining us. Feel free to go back to your page and then play with it, play with the transform, the over, transition, and all of those things. And then while you are working, since there won't be any task for this week, feel free to jump into everything. Just, well, at your leisure. You can work on this, you can work on this. Perhaps we're going to do some of these things next week, next Thursday also, which next week we'll move to responsiveness by next week by the grace of God. Responsiveness by next week, how to make our page responsive when it is on mobile and when it is on tablet. So, but then feel free to just play around all of these things at your leisure time. It's going to make you better. And don't just like make research, see how you can do other stuff with it and then make fun of it. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day. Wait, okay, sorry. We have 2 questions and I would like Femi Blaze to actually attend to those questions if he's still available. I don't know if Femi Blaze is still here. Femi Blaze. Femi Blaze is out. All right. So let's take questions. Sam, your question first.
Sir. Sir, you say we are not having project this week.
Yeah, there is no task this week. There will just be basically work on play around using the CSS transition and transform. And if you can see what you can do concerning the page, just keep doing it. But there's no task for the week.
Oh.
Sorry, I know you like task. Elijah.
I feel good.
Like task. People will bite you. This guy, you know the rest. Elijah.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, boss.
All right, sir. Please, mine is not a question. I just wanted us to have a chat outside here. There are some projects that I did that I just need you to assess and then give me feedback on it. That's just it.
Elijah, you want to bribe me?
No, I'm not bribing you. You're my mentor. You're my
Are you sure
mentor.
you will not disturb? Wait, see, are you sure you're not? Okay, no problem now. Don't worry. No,
Yeah.
my problem with you, I don't know if you guys will not disturb me too much. That's just the problem. But I'm coming. Let me do this.
Probably we can take some time after the end of the class, or maybe when we're having our night session, to review other people's works, like people that need reviews, so that everybody can learn.
Yeah, we can actually do that, and someone can okay. Well, if you are available, I know Ayaken is very good. I know GZ is good also, and I know few persons, George and yourself, who can actually take over that part. I may not be available at night because I have a lot of things going on, so I may not be available to take over that part. I know you guys can do it for us. David is also here. So I know few of us, Augustine, everybody is good. Everybody is good. Everybody see hope. This hope. I suppose arrest this hope. Suppose throw that guy a good tension. Hope just inform Jesus Christ. They save the world. Okay. Yeah, we can do that tonight. You guys should just come up with a time. I will always be on the call to just see what is going on, and then if there's any mistake, I will always come in. So, but then let's set up a time at night. Whoever is still in the previous stage that wants to, like, that's having difficulty moving forward, we can help them. And then if you're not getting what you've been training, we've been teaching ourselves, you're not getting it clearly also, you can also just reach out and then people will help you out. I know people here they will help. Even Samuel, who myself is very good.
Good afternoon, sir.
Someone asked, okay, you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Let's continue. Let's continue.
Ayaken is our boss.
No, that one especially.
I'm not a boss.
Okay. Yeah, that's just. Abi, repeat your question. Abi, your question.
It's not really a question. It's more like a.
Contribution.